Okay, let's do a reading for Virgo. I will get your past, present and future cards, okay, so 3 cards. One for the past, one for the present, one for the future being September. From that, I'll decide what the narrative is. We'll see if it's about career or money or love, and then I'll get you some advice, okay? So, okay, Spirit Guides, Universe and Angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Virgo's highest good. Give me 3 cards, please. One for Virgo's past, their present, and their future, the future being September. Okay, one for the past. Okay. The Lovers. Okay, the Lovers for the past. One for the present, please. What? Okay, we've got a big storyline. I want to take them in the order that I got them, but... Right, and one for the future, please, for September. Okay, so the Lovers are soulmates, they're divine counterparts. Okay, so that was or is certainly a relationship. We've got Scales of Justice, the Hanged Man, the Five of Wands, which is conflict, inner or external conflict, Judgment, the Page of Wands and the Ace of Swords. Right, so intuitively I'm feeling like there was a breakup. I'm just having a look at the artwork. This is quite a new deck for me. How bizarre. So it looks like there's the moon on one side of the scales and on the other side is a heart. So it's like emotions and then like worrying about the unknown or some kind of secrets. And look, there's like a skeleton holding up the scales, but the candle's about to run out. It's so weird. And the swords, I just realised I thought they were crosses, but it's swords all around. Someone's heartbroken. The Hanged Man is like when you put yourself in suspense, okay, because you suspend yourself because you're having a good think about things, trying to see another perspective, okay. The Five of Wands is inner or outer conflict, so conflict with other people, or you're conflicted within yourself what to do. The Judgment, to be honest, the Lovers could be a card where you're meant to, have a connection with someone and it didn't go that way. As in you knew you were attracted to one another, like highly attracted, like just general chemistry, and then it didn't happen. Or it happened and you're in a breakup. And we've not got the Three of Swords, but I don't know why I'm thinking about breakup. Because why would you have all this conflict about being with someone? Judgment. Judgment's like a call to action and, being judged for your behaviour. Page of Wands is, it's embarking on a journey. It's like starting out a journey that you know is going to be quite adventurous, you're quite excited about it. Ace of Swords is the truth. It's like a major truth or confession coming out. So it could be confessing that you're in love with someone, it could be confessing that you cheated, it could be, I mean, if I thought someone had cheated, I'd be looking for the Three of Swords, which is the heartbreak card, or I'd be looking for the Three of Cups, which could speak to a third party, or I'd be looking for the Tower, you know, like a tower moment. But it doesn't seem that negative. It just seems like you're conflicted about maybe an argument, or you don't know whether to be with someone or not, like continue with them, or you know, like it's not become a relationship for some reason, like there's a challenge or a block. For September, we've got the Three of Wands reversed. Now the Three of Wands upright is, this is someone who has made a decision and they're taking action. Okay, so the Two of Wands is like when someone makes a choice between one direction, one journey, and another one. But the Three of Wands would be like, right, I've made my choice, now I'm going to take action. But when that's reversed, it's someone that's stopping themselves from taking that action. Like, you know what you want to do, but you're stopping yourself. So why are you doing that? So it's definitely a love narrative because we've got the Lovers. So I am going to pick from the Love Oracles and I'm going to ask some questions. Okay, so why the Scales of Justice and why the Hanged Man? Because there's a lot going on at the moment. Unexpected joys. Life's surprises are gifts, opening doors to unforeseen adventures. Well, that goes perfectly, I don't know why I'm shouting, that goes perfectly with the Page of Wands, which is an adventure, right? There's a call to action to take an adventure. You weren't expecting it, maybe. You weren't expecting to meet someone who you have this chemistry with, but what's the block here? Why are you stopping yourself from acting upon it? Swords are facts, they're the truth, it's information, it's, you know, you can bet your like bottom dollar that that is the truth, whatever's being given, whatever the Ace of Swords is. It's a major truth. It can only be honourable, like, information. Moon Dreamer. So I asked for the Three of Wands reversed, like why the inaction. Love illuminates even the darkest of corners. Beloved wisdom. Love is a choice you make every day, so choose wisely. Are you like doubting your own choices? You're not trusting your own judgment. Love illuminates even the darkest of corners. Like, so sometimes people believe that they're not worthy of the person. They put them up on a pedestal and they think they're not good enough for this person, or they won't live up to what this person wants. The lovers are counterparts. They're divinely guided towards each other. You are a match, okay? There's a soul connection that needs to be lived out. And if you don't live it out in this lifetime, you'll live it out in another one. Okay, so it needs to happen. If this is someone that you're afraid of, or it's someone that you don't feel right about, your intuition is like, I don't like this person, or they make me feel weird, then it's not for you. This message is about someone who is very, very attracted to someone. They feel drawn to them. They don't know why. And I don't think you've had a relationship with this person yet. But if you are on a break, or you've had an argument, because we've got the Five of Wands, then, you know, I think you should be back together with them. But if you've held yourself back, then, and you're a free agent, then you should act upon it. If you're not a free agent, well, you need to do what you need to do to make yourself a free agent, because this is soulmates, and soulmates aren't necessarily forever, but there's a lesson that needs to be gained from having a soul contract with this person, from having a relationship with them. It can be for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. So it could be a few weeks, it could be several months, it could be several years, it could be till the day you die. But you have things to learn from this person, they have things to learn from you. And you agreed in the 5 days to have a soul contract with them, and that's why you are really insanely attracted to them. And it doesn't seem to be over, because this speaks to being like the start of a journey. Like the Page of Wands would be, one wand is the start of a cycle, so the numbers run from 0 and 1 up to 10. They run through all the numbers. 0 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10's the end of a cycle, 9 near the end of a cycle, and so on. And it starts back at 0 again. So this is the beginning of a journey, the beginning of a relationship or a new chapter with someone. And there's a major truth here that needs to be expressed, spoken. And it seems to be that either they're presenting you with that or you're presenting them with that in the present. But in the future, there's inaction, and it's like, why? Why are you holding yourself back? This came out for another sign that I've read for, between Aries and Leo. Someone had the 3 of Wands reversed. They had that here. But it could be nothing to do. That seemed more about a business. I'm sure that was more of a, like, some kind of, well, it was some kind of dream that they had, or some ambition that they had. But if you're involved with, someone else, you might want to check the other readings. Let's see what else this is about. Let's get some other cards. Can you give me some cards to clarify why there's inaction? I like you reversed. Someone likes you, romance is blooming, fun, flirting, want to date. Why is it reversed? Like, why are you ignoring your feelings? Are you afraid of rejection? Because that's fairly, like, I get that, that's fairly standard. If you haven't approached this person, like, it's scary asking people out. But you can generally, like, hint to people that you'd like to keep in touch, or just be a bit silly around them, and at some point they will definitely ask you out. You can get them to ask you out. That's what I do. You can, like, go, like, more low-key and, like, add them on social media and see if they chat to you, or, because most people will chat to you if you add them on social media. They'll say, like, oh, thanks for the ad, or whatever, and go from there. I need another one. I need to know what's going on. What's going on? Right, we've got a massive... This is like half the deck, right? Stabbed in the back, heartbreak, pain, separation, deception, shocking attack. Well, that's not good, is it? Date, meeting someone new, dating, get back out there. Okay, so perhaps you have previous heartache. Someone previously cheated on you or treated you badly, and you're scared. I get that. I totally get that. It's understandable. Meeting someone new, dating, getting back out there. Yeah, it's brave to get back out there, but you can't say that someone new has done those things to you and project that onto them because they haven't. And what do you stand to gain from not putting yourself out there? You don't have to do stuff with anyone, do you? You can just, you know, chat to someone if they're not like complimenting you, if they're not like making you feel good or like being a gentleman, and you sense that they're not, you know, a gentleman, then you don't have to do anything with anyone. Like, make them go as slow as you need to suss them out, to understand. Palm tree, stability, security, permanence. You want something long lasting. You want stability, permanence, growth, endurance, flexibility, wedding rings, union, wedding, married, soul connection, eternal love, everlasting promise. These are the things that you want, so you've got a lot invested. We've got the sunglasses reversed, watching, looking, stalking, gaslighting, perception, focusing out. This person isn't going to do those things to you. Abundance, keep a positive mindset. Manifest exactly what you want, gratitude and bliss. Keep your vibrations high, because if you keep thinking the worst, you'll attract that in. Think positively, you know. Create boundaries. Require people to live up to your expectations. Require them to do that by saying, pick me up from my house. I want you to answer the door to my parents. You know, I want you to plan where we're going. And it needs to be something simple for a first date, like going for a drink somewhere, like a coffee or something alcoholic, whatever you prefer. But it's something where you can leave quite easily if it's not going well. And there needs to be plenty of conversation that's natural. And no expectations of kissing or anything. Like, you've got to get to know each other, haven't you? Like, you do what feels natural when it feels natural. Someone's like trying to get all over you, like, ew. No, thank you. Hand of cards, take a chance, risk, being strategic, options, not showing hand, gambling. Yeah, it's like you're refusing to like take any kind of risk. Heartbroken, reverse, deeply hurt, sad, separation. You're not going to experience that with this one. It's a soul contract. You've got a relationship that you're going to have with this person. Mask, not showing true feelings. They need to drop the mask, because that's how you find love, right? Unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passion, affection, attraction. If you hide from love, like, I understand, like, if you feel like it's not the right time to get into a relationship, because, like, you know, if you're like me and you're looking for your next job, your next work contract, that's not an ideal time to be looking for a soul contract, right? But generally, the divine brings people into your life at the right time. So if this is someone you're already aware of, I think act upon things intuitively rather than trying to like defend yourself and like block yourself from, you know, whatever feelings and emotions coming through for this person. I don't think this is like about putting yourself out there to date randoms. I think this is someone you already are aware of in your surroundings, because they're in your past energy. And your timeline is that they're in your past. We've got the scales of justice, the hangman, so you've clearly thought about it, but then you've got like some kind of conflict, internal, external. And then what was that card? Unexpected joys, life surprises and gifts, opening doors to unforeseen adventures. And then you had the page, you had judgment. So you arrived at a judgment or were judged. And then we got the page of wands, the start of a journey, and the ace of swords. So I think you know what you want, but then you're not acting upon it in the future. And that's not the end, is it? That's not the end. That's just next month. Like, that's in a few days. You're like still inactive, so what are you doing? if you're really distressed from, you know, the last experience that you had, to be honest, I've done that, and I've been distressed by someone quite a lot. But It was 5 months, we were in Italy. I thought, I was starting to like feel like I loved him, said it, and then he broke up with me, and I was like, I don't understand. And he was like, well, I didn't think about the future, I didn't think about what direction things were going in. I've never seen it like that. So I was like, okay, like this isn't going anywhere. But it was weird because he'd expected to see me every single day and like required me to see him every single day and was like holding my hand going to sleep. So it's like, oh, whatever, you're acting like you're in a relationship but you don't want one. Okay, whatever. So it really upset me. But I put myself back out there a week later and I met someone who I had a relationship with and treated me like a princess. So I'm going to tell you that if you have the things in your life that you think you have something to offer someone, like you have a steady job, you have, you may not have everything perfect, but if you know you're a good person and you have an element of stability and you're looking for love, don't tar everyone with the same brush. Don't let one person put you off because the next person will treat you like the person that you are. They'll see you for the person that you are and you'll be the best version of yourself from being treated the best way possible. That will raise your vibrations and you'll attract in like so much abundance, so much stability. Like you just have to like go on a date, and if they treat you right from day one, they're showing you their true colours. If they like do the minimum, they're showing you their true colours. People will, like men will express their intentions through their actions. And if you're just like in a place where, things aren't necessarily like you haven't got your ducks in a row and you just want to mess about with someone, that's fine, isn't it? That's fine. But if you actually like it says to me, what you're looking for is a relationship with a view to marriage, so you want something everlasting, then you need to only go on another date with someone who is like pulling your chair out for you, who's picked you up from your place, like who's complimenting you, who's making good conversation, good eye contact. They're making you feel safe. They're not trying to like do anything or put you in like difficult situation. They're not like trying to make you pay. Like, I'm sorry, like if you want to take someone out, be a gentleman, because that's how you show your intention to someone. It's not like, oh, she needs to pay for her own, and like if women want equality, they need to like, that's toxic masculinity right there. If you want to take a female out and you want her to put herself in a position where you are stronger than her, you could hurt her, you're asking her to be vulnerable with you. Think about it from her perspective. Do not go on about how women love themselves or they want equality but they don't want to pay for their own. Like, women have got money and a lot of women get used for their money, okay? But bottom line, we're not safe. We're trusting you when we spend time with you and we don't know you. So you take us out, you pull the chair out, you pick where we're going, you open the door, you don't walk ahead of her, okay? You walk behind her, beside her, you're protective of her, you offer to buy her a drink, and you, by doing that, show her that she can feel safe with you. It's not about the woman should like never pay for anything ever. It's not about that. You have to show your intention and make her feel safe. Why do people feel entitled to just like treat a woman whatever way? What are you angry about? If you want to take someone out, you should be like really excited to spend time with them. You should be glad that they've agreed, and you should express that you want to keep them safe and return them home safely. And that's how she knows like you're not an attacker or a freak or like someone who's going to disrespect her. Because trust and believe, every woman's been disrespected by a guy. Every woman has, every girl has, and it doesn't make them feel good. And we are the weaker of the two sexes strength-wise. So you don't be angry at people for wanting to like get signs that they're going to be safe with you. Like, I'm sorry, you're a natural born jerk if you're going around like spouting crap like that. That's just rubbish. And I know I'm going off on one, but that's the only way we can judge that we're going to be safe with you. Emotionally, physically, everything. Financially, like, oh my god, it's a myth that girls just want to like live off guys. Every woman I know is the strong one financially in the relationship. And it may not have started off that way, but it's gone that way. A lot of the times I've come across guys that are, you know, they think they're gorgeous and they can like live off me. Like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. No way. Like, so cut the crap about, oh, if a woman wants like to be taken out or a girl wants to be taken out, she should pay for everything on the first date, or she should pay half at least. No, because that's how we understand what your intention is towards us. And if a woman is disrespectful towards you, then you don't see her again. If she's putting you down, if she's not complimenting you, if she's not receptive or open to you, you know that she's just not interested. If she insists on paying half, she's not interested, guys. Like, that's the universal law. If she lets you pay, that's the signal that she's like probably interested, right? Like, genuinely likes you. If she's saying, no, I want to pay half, it's probably because she's not interested. And she's subtly like saying like, I want to pay half because I don't want this to go anywhere. Like, there's just no way that she should be paying for the whole thing. There's not. Because it's like, it's the communication, isn't it, on a date? Like, that's how you communicate. Like, if she's trying to pay for the whole thing, this is because toxic masculinity has made a woman feel like she has to prove that she's not using guys. But why should a woman ever have to prove that she's not using a guy? You would see that from her actions. Like, after a few dates, you're in a relationship, and then you each pay for your own stuff. If you want to be romantic and traditional, you can offer to pay for things, but she's going to be paying you by doing things around the house, or by paying for, you know, like, I used to pay for things like in the relationship. I'd pay for more furnishings and stuff because he wanted to spend less on furnishings, but I really liked them, so I'd say, look, I'm just going to get some things. So, you know, he knew like I was paying half. I would pay like more for food and stuff generally. He wanted to pay when we were out, like at restaurants and stuff. So it worked out like 50-50, but it wasn't, I wasn't using him for money. Like, we split the bills equally, the rent, like everything. So never ever judge a woman for letting you pay on the first date. That's the universal signal that she wants a second date. If she says, I want to pay half, you know she's being subtle, she's protecting your feelings, but she's saying, I don't want to see you again, if she insists on paying half on the first date. Don't mess with those rules because they work. It doesn't mean she's going to live off you. It doesn't mean that, so that's bollocks. We both earned the same salary-wise. I paid half for the bills, I paid half for any expenses on days out. But when we went to restaurants, because he was Italian, he wanted to pay, like, he wanted to be the gentleman and do that traditional role. And then I paid, like, more for groceries and stuff that wasn't, you know, in public places. I just did that. Like, I would pay more for furnishings and stuff. Like, we treated each other really good because it raised my vibrations that he was a gentleman, and, like, you will get the best out of your lady if you treat her like one. How dare you, be on the attack when you first meet a woman? Like, why would you be like that? I just don't get it. I'm sorry, but you'll get the best out of your man if you create the expectations, because they will come in as low as possible if you let them. And, like, some guys would never treat a woman like that anyway because they've just been brought up like that, so they'd come in high and say, no, I want to pay for the first thing, the first date, and they would just be like that. But, you know, even if they get treated bad, they just don't want to treat a woman like badly. And that's I respect that, but it's like, I don't get these like guys that have got like a chip on their shoulder like at the beginning. Like, you're projecting onto a girl you don't know yet, you're projecting onto her this anger, like, for someone that did want to live off you, or you're expecting people to treat you badly, so your vibration's low. So how are you going to get the best out of that female then? She's just going to be put off and think you're a jerk. So you've killed that date dead there and then. Unless she's got low self-esteem and you're exploiting that and you're like, no, you should pay for everything. And you've like somehow like gaslit her into paying for everything on the first date, and then I just don't get it. I honestly, like, don't mess with universal law. It's very much known that people in a relationship are yin and yang, and they need to be a team, they need to be a partnership, they need to work together, one needs to be more in the masculine energy and a bit more direct and a bit more of a leader, and the other one needs to be in the feminine energy. And that doesn't mean submissive, because you're a team, everything's equal, but you complement one another. Like, it has to flow. And if two people are in their masculine energy, they're going to clash, they're going to argue. So you can't come at someone and be like aggressive. You have to be in your masculine energy. If you ask them out, you've asked for their time and you've asked them to trust you, to be alone with them. That involves a lot of trust, safety wise. So, and you know what, I work really hard, I don't have a lot of free time, so if you're getting my time, you best believe that, like, I've got some investment, that's why I turned up. So what, are you going to show me your worst side and be aggressive and expect me to pay for myself and never compliment me, and that's supposed to get the best, is it, going forward? Like, what are you doing? Anyway, I've gone off on one, but I hope someone's listening to that thinks they're like really clever, spouting off that like women should pay for themselves. Okay. I think you should do it. I think you're holding yourself back because I tell you what, if you're not ready for a relationship with this person, then it might be that you don't go out with him, and you know, what's the worst that can happen? You carry on healing. But it's just a shame that you let someone put you off, you know, because as I say, like, I have got back on the horse and met someone who treated me so right. And you wouldn't have the lovers if this was a player, you'd have a knight of wands, someone who's in and out, or, you know, like flighty, like very, very fast energy. This is the lovers, your divine counterparts. You're going to have a relationship. And you know what, if it's that you've already had a relationship and you broke up, I think you've always got to just have one meet up where you just say how you're feeling. Because even if they say no, I don't love you anymore, or this or that gives you closure, right? But I don't get that this is the end for some reason. I just don't. Let's get you some advice. Advice from Spirit. Reflect. Peer into the endless ocean and see what peers back. So have a look at your behaviour, have a look at what's happened so far. Have they been someone that treated you right at the start because that set their intention? They expressed their intention going forward, like, I intend this to be a relationship. Because if they have treated you right at the start, at least you've got that to go off, that even if they're saying now that it's over, and you can tell they're not looking at you the same, like, you can tell when someone's not in love with you anymore, and it's really sad, but you can tell by going and meeting up with them face to face, like, you can tell. At least they did treat you right, and they had the intention of having a relationship with you, and you know, they thought that this was lasting. Like, look back, like, did they treat you right from the start? Did they get on with your family? Like, you know, were they a gentleman? Were they a lady? Like, because from that, like, if it just hasn't worked out, it just hasn't worked out, and it's not anyone's fault, you know. Optimism. After each rainstorm, there will be clear skies. Yes, if you're going through a bad patch, you know, you're gonna have, like, a good patch. It's like the Wheel of Fortune, you know, like, if it's in the reverse, then it turns in the upright after that. life is ebbs and flows, it's ups and downs, so it's a pattern, it's the nature of things. How were things at the beginning, you know, because they meant well by you, and as I say, with the lovers, it's for a reason, a season or a lifetime. That didn't happen by accident, it wasn't a coincidence. If it's that you're not meant to carry on together and the contract is done, it's expired, they will show that they're not in love with you anymore, okay, and you'll have to accept that. But you can only know that from really meeting up with someone. From text, you don't know where someone's head's at, really. I mean, if they block you and they won't talk to you, then that's just, they've got issues, you know, that are perhaps bigger than what you can work with. But for sure you learn something from one another. It's when relationships don't work out, it's not because it should never have happened or that you never had any good times. So don't tell yourself that. Just know that you each learned a lesson from one another, even if they're going to learn that by reflecting in 10 years' time rather than right now. There's a lesson there. I don't know why I get that you're holding yourself back. Love is a choice you make every day, so choose wisely. Love illuminates even the darkest of corners. I feel like Spirit wants you to believe that even after a dud, you can have like a good love after that. Even if it's like not the exact next experience that you have, but a few along. But I had one fantastic 3.5-year relationship where I was treated with so much respect, so much dignity, very romantic, very loyal. We each did half, like financially, stuff around the house. I mean, in every way, it was 50-50. And we were just like, it was just brilliant. Like, that's rubbish, someone saying, like, I hate that when guys are like really toxic and they're like, oh, why should a guy pay for stuff on the first date? Because you're stronger than a female and she's giving you her time, she doesn't know what your intention is towards it. It's universal language, you idiot. Like, I'm sorry, like, I can't understand it. This is why girls then go, I need to pay everything on the first date. What? Who the hell has made you think that? Someone that's toxic and has made you feel like that they've been gaslit by someone, honestly. Reflect on how they treated you at the start, because you've always got that. If someone like treated you right at the beginning when they were dating you and you were getting to know each other, then at least they had good intentions, whether it went, you know, long term or not, whether it lasted, you know, or not. If this hasn't been a relationship, it's going to be one. You've got the Lover's card. Just don't hold yourself back and hold other people to the same, you know, standards, because everyone has different standards and everyone has the ways that they would treat a female or a male. And I know that there's women that use guys out there, but they're really obvious from day one. They don't pretend to be lovely. They don't pretend to be lovely. Like, you can tell that they're vacuous beings that are just like empty. They've got nothing important to say. They don't make good conversation. They're not intelligent. They've got, you know, they haven't got a good career. They haven't, like, they're not funny. They're not interesting. They're just boring, and they're the ones that get cheated on, quite frankly. So that's their karma for trying to be a user, isn't it? But they're obvious from day one. Like, you see them coming. You don't treat a nice girl badly because she's not going to continue with you, or you're just going to be horrible to her. And she's probably going to, like, just be hurt by you. And it's like, why would you want to do that? I don't get it. You've got to discern what someone's about in the first few dates, and then you don't see them again, you know, like. And it's very easy to go off the universal language on date number 1. If someone's walking ahead of you, they're not remembering to hold the door for you or pull the door open for you. They're like wanting you to pay for your own drink. if they just want to meet you there so they can turn up and like have a look and then not even like sit down with you, no way. No way. You come and get them from wherever they live. You take them out, you buy them a drink, you pull their chair out for them. That's how they know that you have good intentions, that you're safe to be around, that you want a relationship. It's a universal law, don't mess with it. Fucking hell. I'm sorry, I just saw some clips on first dates and it pissed me off. After each rainstorm, there'll be clear skies. I'm going with the fact that, because we got a load of cards here, I think you've got a little bit of baggage because you were treated really, you were wronged by someone, right? But I was, a week later, I put myself out there, I went on a date, and a guy treated me like a princess, and we ended up having a beautiful relationship. And that's because I put myself back out there. But I didn't go on a date, he treated me badly, and I see him again. It didn't go like that, right? So you have to use your discernment. But someone will show their true intentions towards you at the beginning. I think reflect on why you're holding yourself back. Because if it's that you're not ready to date again, then it doesn't mean you have to be going out and dating. But I think you need to remember that there's good guys out there, or there's good girls out there, like beautiful, lovely people with lovely families, you know. So if you are ready to love again, I would do it. But I would let people show themselves. Spirits told you, you know, like keep a positive mindset. This is the lovers, so it's a divine counterpart, it's a soulmate, this is created by the universe, this opportunity. If it's that you've already had the relationship, maybe the soul contract is expired, but you'll only know by meeting up with them face to face and having a calm conversation. Even if it goes messy, like at least you've said your truth, at least you've tried, you know, because you clearly like have feelings for them still. If you never say what's on your mind, you'll live to regret it. But you can't, once you've had that one meeting, that's what you get. Because if someone's not in love with you anymore, they're not in love with you anymore, and the contract's done. You can't stalk people, you can't harass people, you can't make someone be with you, and you don't get to end someone's life because they don't want to be with you. That's a psycho. Why would you want to make someone be with you? You can't do that. It's choice to be in a relationship, right? So then you have to accept. But if you don't speak your truth, if you don't take some sort of action, you're not going to forgive yourself. You're going to never get over it, right? You are owed one meeting, calm, face to face, to just look in their eye and be like, do you love me anymore? So whether this, I don't know which way round this is, but either way, Spirit saying whatever's gone on, be optimistic. Optimism in capital letters. After each rainstorm, there will be clear skies, so you're going to be fine whatever happens with this, okay? Keep a positive mindset, manifest what you want. Express gratitude and bliss for every little thing that happens that's, you know, you're really lucky to have. You know, what came out reversed was heartbroken, mask, I like you. What came upright was stabbed in the back, heartbreak, pain, deception, date, stability, security, permanence, growth. So you want long term, and you've got to do your research, and you've got to like look at someone's life, like are they willing to show you their family, their friends, or are they hiding at home? Are they wanting to go on public dates? Are they saying everything has to happen at their house? or they refusing to have photos with you if you've not met their friends and family. The only people who will introduce you to friends and family and still lie to you are really messed up narcissists, but that's never your fault. If it's a narcissist, they're a professional liar, so... Most people will show you their true intentions, you know, on date number 1 by using that universal law and using your discernment. You won't get screwed over. If you're unlucky to attract a narcissist who's just a flat out liar and has got all their friends and family lying, you know, for them, that's a narcissist, and they're victims as well. So you just have to cut that and get as far away as possible. And I'm sorry if you've been involved with a narcissist, maybe that's why you've got your guard up, but you know, that's never something to blame yourself for. That's a professional liar who's got no remorse, or, you know, for the malice they bring to people. They're chaotic, there's always drama. That's how you identify them, because it's like after about 3 months there'll be dramas, like big dramas. Their behaviour will be erratic, they're never good for money, you know, and they'll like cry for themselves a lot as well. It's really irritating. Anyway, I've gone off on one, but hopefully it helps somebody. Alright, thank you, Virgo. If it resonated, give me a like. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, look at my other videos, there's loads of them. And they're not all about love, but this was just what came out for your past, present and near future for September, okay? But if it doesn't resonate, it's not your story, don't worry about it. But it was quite a general one, so I feel like there might have been some good advice for someone in there somewhere, okay? Alright, thank you, Virgo.